The Chicago Bulls lose to the Brooklyn Nets at home. They lose by double digits. A 10-point loss at home to the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to talk about it all and more, but you know what we got to do first? What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And the Bulls lost 113-103 to the 4-win Brooklyn Nets, now 5-win Brooklyn Nets. The Chicago Bulls only have, they're only separated by 4 games above the Brooklyn Nets. That's where things stand right now for the Chicago Bulls. I don't know if the Bulls are covertly tanking. I don't know if the Bulls just suck ass. I don't know if it's a combination of all of it. I don't know what it is. Yes, the Bulls have been missing quite a bit of players with injury. Josh Giddey got a triple-double. I don't give a shit. No offense to Josh Giddey, but shout out to Josh Giddey. I would assume we had 16 points. Josh Giddey had 28, 11, and 11 with 3 turnovers. But at some point, the question has to be asked, what does this franchise want, right? What do the people who are in charge of this franchise, what do they want? What are they looking for? What are they desiring from this team, and are you getting that? Is this what you want as a result from your team? Is this the effort that you are looking for from your team? Is this what you feel the city of Chicago deserves? That's the question that I have here more than anything else, right? AK has talked about what the city of Chicago deserves, what Bulls fans deserve, what the legacy of this franchise is, and this is what you guys give us. This is the way that you come out here and perform. I don't give a fuck that we were missing Kobe White. I don't give a damn that we don't have Zach Collins back yet. I don't care that Kevin Huerter is going to be out a week. I don't care that Zach Collins is also out. You were facing off against the Brooklyn fucking Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. That's who this team is. This is who you were playing. The Brooklyn Nets. This is who you can't win against, is the Brooklyn fucking Nets. That's who this Bulls team is facing off against. I am so sick and fucking tired of watching grown-ass men who get paid millions of dollars who sit there and give the same effort that my fat ass gives, sitting here doing this fucking podcast. You guys, hey, at least motherfucking, if you guys all pick up a fucking microphone, you'd at least have to burn some calories running your fucking gums. What the fuck is wrong with this team? What is wrong with the coach? There's zero accountability. There's zero excuses. There's zero desire. There's zero effort. This team is a bunch of nothing. That's what this team is. I made a joke during the live call. What does an Australian, a Nigerian, a Lithuanian, and a Montenegrin give you? Apparently a loss to the fucking Brooklyn Nets. It's like a fucking joke. It's a comedy. That's what the Bulls are. They are a fucking laughingstock, right? And listen, I get it that me and Pat, the designer, disagree on the voice that the part that coaching has in this. But I'm sorry. Regardless if you think it's the coach's fault, that he's lost the locker room, that the players are phasing him out, whatever it is, guess what? You lost. Like, coaches are judged by their fucking record. Billy Donovan is a loser. He's been a loser since he's been here. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances are, what the reasons are, what the roster is. He's been a loser. Guess what AK and Eversley are? They're fucking losers. You know what this franchise is? Is a fucking losing ass franchise. So I'm telling y'all now, so y'all don't be surprised. This is the last motherfucking time that you are going to see me in Bulls gear for quite a while. And I'm standing by that. I'm done. I'm fucking over. I'm tired. And I'm done with this utter bullshit. This team is a fucking losing-ass team filled with losing-ass people with a loser-ass ownership group and players that don't give a fuck, that come out here and I don't give a fuck anymore. I love Io. I love Kobe White. I love these players. Something got to give. Something got to give. There's something about the mix between this front office, the coaching staff, and these players. There's something about the mix between those three levels that you gotta get this shit together on. You gotta get this shit together on. There's something about the combination of mix that you have going on here in this organization that breeds not only that we've been calling it mediocrity. This isn't fucking mediocrity. This ain't mediocrity. This is losing. That's what this is. These are losers. We have a losing mentality. We have losing results. We got a losing college ass head coach. We got players that don't give a flying fuck, apparently, about defending home court. You let the Brooklyn Nets come into Chicago, one of the greatest cities of the world, and bitch you the fuck around. That's what you let them doing. They left Chicago smelling like Queensbridge is what the fuck happened in this bitch. That's what you're allowing to happen. There is no expectation in this franchise. That is the problem. There's no expectation. I can deal with losing if you didn't play like a bunch of cockamamie bullshit ass bitches. That's what I would be able to deal with losing if that's the case. This front office, this ownership group, these players, something has to give. You cannot keep going with this same thing. You can't keep going with this ownership. You can't keep going with this front office. You can't keep going with this coaching staff. You can't keep going with the same fucking roster. You cannot keep doing this shit. There is no fucking reason why one of the greatest cities in the world, the third largest market in the fucking country, and you can't put together a decent ass team. It's effort. That's what's so fucking frustrating about this. It's the effort. Act like you give a damn. Play like you give a fucking damn. I'll go out there and play like that, like it means something. That was the difference. People keep asking, what's the difference between the start and now? Is that team, the first 8 games of the season, I sat here and told y'all this was a team that was fighting with the heart of Chicago. This was a team that gave a damn about the city of Chicago. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about none of this shit. None of it. Y'all might as well be the Gary fucking Indiana Bulls, not the Chicago Bulls, because I know you're not representing my city playing like a bunch of bitches. I know you're not representing my city playing like this. I know that you're not doing it. I know this can't be life right now. The Bulls have dealt with some losing teams. But you know what? A lot of those teams that have lost came out there and they competed. They fought hard. They gave a damn, right? This team don't give a fuck about none of this shit. And I don't want to hear nothing about, it's too many white players. I don't give a fuck about none of that. This is about pride. What does this say? The Windy fucking City, yo. One of the greatest cities in the world. And this is what you give. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Bulls fans, don't be embarrassed. Do not be embarrassed. Hold your heads up high. Because we're not the ones that should be embarrassed by this. You know who should be embarrassed by this? The motherfuckers that are getting paid to collect. Wait, hold on. What's the Bulls' overall salary? I want to make sure that in this rant, I'm speaking facts. I don't want nobody to be like, well, actually, hold on. Give me one fucking second. Just give me 1 second. Just 1 minute, please. The Bulls roster right now is $178 million. It's $178.8 million. $178.8 million. $178.8 million for that. That's the investment that we're spending right here. $178 fucking million for this bullshit. That's what we dealing with. That's what we worth. That's what the city of Chicago deserves. Listen, I'm gonna say this. This is a little bit fucked up. Jerry Reinsdorf ain't from Chicago, and I think people need to remember that. Jerry Reinsdorf is from New York. We need somebody from Chicago. That's what we need. We need somebody from Chicago to own this team. We need somebody who gives a fuck about the heartbeat. I know Jerry Reinsdorf has been in Chicago and owned businesses here longer than most of us has been alive, but I don't give a fuck about that no more. This is stupid, is what this is. And like I said, I don't want a single Bulls fan to feel like they got to hang their head low. No, hold your head up high. because you didn't fail Chicago. No, nobody that's under the sound of my voice that's watching this live stream, not one of you failed the city of Chicago, at least not for this. It's this shit that failed the city of Chicago. Rise up to the Bulls is like Hal Steinbrenner to the Yankees. As long as those season ticket licenses are sold out, the stadium full, they'll feel like they're winning. Listen, I get that. And this is why I said you have to have somebody who actually runs the day-to-day with this team, because Reinsdorf don't run the day-to-day. They give a fuck about winning more than anything. I'm not going to get on my Jerry Krause bandwagon again, in which I talk about how Jerry Krause cared more about winning than anything else, which he did. But I will tell you this. I'm tired of seeing people suit up in our jersey and people who play like a bunch of cockamamie ass bitches. I've been too nice for far too long. I've been way too nice for far too long. Y'all remember when I used to call Zach LaVine's baby mama? Y'all remember that? I'm about to start bringing the real petty back. That's what's finna happen. We about to start bringing the real petty back because apparently, they think we some fucking pansies. That's what they think that we are. They think this shit is sweet. This shit ain't sweet. It's not sweet. You gotta stop looking at this shit and looking at it like the motherfucking shit is easy. This is not. This ain't easy. This ain't nothing to take lightly. There are people who care. There are people who literally wake up every day and live and breathe Chicago sports. And this is the shit that you're giving us. So here's what I'll tell y'all, right? And I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all on this one. I came into the season very optimistic. Because I felt like this team was building towards something, a direction, right? And very quickly, at the start of the season, it felt validating in the way that this team was playing, the way that this team was fighting with heart, the way that this team was beating teams that were slated to be in the playoffs. All the type of stuff felt good, right? And then the adversity started happening. And then you look at it and you say, well, we got some injuries. We're missing some key pieces. We're doing these type of things. You know, maybe there are brighter days ahead. This is the Bulls' second 5-game losing streak in less than a month. In less than a month. And they did this during what's supposed to be, the Bulls just went through what was supposed to be the easiest stretch in basketball and have not come out of it with a single fucking win. Let's just be clear here. This was supposed to be the easiest stretch of basketball. You faced off against a team that collectively had a 26% win percentage. And you didn't get a single fucking win in all of that. A single win. You got outplayed by the Pelicans. You got outplayed by the Charlotte Hornets. You got outplayed by the Indiana Pacers. You got outplayed by the Orlando Magic. And then to put the cherry on motherfucking top of everything, you let the Brooklyn Nets come into your house, the start of a 3-game home stretch, and punch you in the face and told them, thank you, sir, can I have another? That's what happened here. That's what we just witnessed. And that is the franchise that tells us we deserve more. We deserve better. This is cruel, it's unusual, and I wish I could say that it's something that we shouldn't have expected, but you know what? You believe people when they tell you who the fuck they are. This Bulls team has told us for the rest of the season, no matter if they even do beat another good team, that they are a bunch of pansy-ass bitches. No, Brandon. They aren't who we thought they were. They are who we hoped they weren't. That's even worse. Listen, I tell you what, over the last couple of years when the Bulls were winning 39, 40 games, they still play with some heart. More than not, right? They got out, that team got out skilled. This team is just getting outworked. It's a big difference. A big fucking difference. I agree, I feel what you're saying here, Melvin. I'm gonna put the comment up, right? Melvin says, and the problem is, I wish we could say tank, but you know who's doing the scouting report? These motherfuckers passed on talent for P. Will, Walker Kessler, Dalen, Derek Queen, who Billy actually wanted. I'm not gonna hold the Derek Queen thing against them yet, but I will say this: for everybody who's saying tank, I need y'all to remember who's drafting, and that's part of the problem here, right? Like, part of the reason why there was hope that the Bulls got this thing right with Josh Giddey and Kobe White and, bringing in Isaac Okoro and Modest, right? It's because people don't trust this Bulls team to draft well. If the Bulls do wind up with a top 5 pick, I feel more confident in saying they will probably be the team that picks the one bust out of the top 5 than any other team, because that's who this Bulls team is. Keep in mind who's drafting, right? Who's drafting? And so I don't have a lot of trust in that either. This is utter bullshit. That's what we're witnessing today. That is what we are viewing. That is what we are seeing. This team is absolutely a team full of, I can't say the word that I was going to say. I would have probably got canceled. We had a huge opportunity in the draft to get guys who can play now and fit the culture. Derek Wolf, Derek Queen, any other guy other than Noah. See, I'm not worried about that. Like, that's the thing. Don't worry about be so caught up in the now, because Derek Queen, I can tell you this right now, wouldn't have changed anything for this team. Danny Wolf, it's Danny Wolf, not Derek Wolf, wouldn't have changed anything for this team. It wouldn't have changed anything. So I'm not going to hold that against them. Don't be so caught up in just the now that it makes you think that anything would have changed. None of those guys would have changed what the Bulls are right now. If this is who the Bulls really are, this is who they would have been. Rookies don't come in and change your culture. Very rarely do rookies, unless you're completely rebuilding. A rookie isn't going to come in and change the culture here. It's just not going to happen. I tell you that it's not going to happen. Has Derek Queen changed the culture in New Orleans? No, they're still the same team losing. People just feel better about it because they got a lottery pick that's playing well, which I think he's had a couple of rough games. So that doesn't change anything. Right? I'm not going to let my frustration make me say something that's unrealistic. A rookie doesn't come in and change your culture. Not immediately, at least. Not right away. I can't believe we extended AK and Billy. Ownership is awful, bro. We are fucked forever. Like, I'm seriously hurt. I'm so tuned out right now. I mean, it's hard to stay invested, right? Like, it's hard to stay invested. Well, for some. Listen, I live, breathe, and die Chicago Bulls basketball. I have for all my 39 years on this planet. As of Friday, I'll be 39 years old. So that's never going to change for me, right? I'm too far gone. I'm going to always live and breathe Chicago Bulls basketball. But the problem is that we don't have people in this organization that live and breathe winning, right? Again, not to rehash a rant that I went on after the last game, but you need somebody. It doesn't always have to be ownership. It can be the GM. It can be the president. It can be the coach. You have to have somebody in your organization that cares more about winning than anything else. And until you get that, all that other shit doesn't matter. All that shit does not matter. Nothing else matters. If you don't have somebody in your organization that will look at shit and say, if it's not getting us close to winning, we don't need it in here, right? You will not. Because say what you will about John Paxson, Gar Forman's different. But Scott Skiles started off the season 9-14, I believe, and was fired after going to the playoffs 3 straight years. He was fired because John Paxson at that point cared more about getting to the next phase and winning than anything else. What does AK look at? You have a coach that's had 1 winning season in 6 years, and they said, this is our guy. Right? This is our guy. And I know people are holding out hope that, like, oh my God, if the Bulls keep losing, that may mean Billy Donovan's going to get fired. I can tell you this right now. And this is the sad state of this organization. The Bulls can lose the next 10 games. The next 10. That will put them at 9-22. Billy Donovan still ain't going nowhere. Billy Donovan ain't going nowhere. He's staying right fucking here. And that is part of that is a symptom of the overall disease. You know what the disease is? The disease isn't Billy Donovan. The disease isn't even Nikola Vucevic. The disease aren't the players on this team. Some of them are symptoms of the disease, but the disease that's on this team is you have an adversity to caring about winning basketball. That's the disease. That's the disease. You know, people who love winning more than anything talk about winning like it's a drug, right? Kobe White talked about winning and the addiction to winning like it was a drug. Michael Jordan, the addiction to being the greatest was like a drug. What do you think this team, what would be the addiction on this team? Ass. And I don't mean Megan Thee Stallion in this bitch. I mean being the ass. That's what this team, the smelly, the fucking crack, horse ass. That's what cow ass. That's what this team is right now. It's cow ass. This feels so much like 2007. So much like it that it's honestly ridiculous. And people are right. There's something wrong with this team again because the problem, the disease with this team is nobody really gives a flying fuck. That's the disease on this team. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. They are seeing this team struggle and nothing is going to change. Nothing. I'll tell you what right now, trading for Giannis ain't going to fix shit. Stop it. There's nobody walking in this door that's going to save this Bulls team from the pit of hell that it's in. Because what you have to give up to get Giannis is going to leave Giannis probably with a team worse than what he's on with the Bucks right now. No, Giannis ain't going to save this team. AD ain't going to save this team. A defensive center isn't going to all of a sudden save this team. It may put a Band-Aid on it. They may start winning a little bit more at a higher rate, and then we may get back in and be like, oh, well, we're a step away again. But until you have somebody in this organization that cares more about winning than anything, every single Band-Aid you put on this team is going to eventually fail. It's going to eventually fail. It may feel good for a little while. It may look like it's working for a little while, but to have sustained success, you have to have somebody that is addicted to winning. You have to have somebody that wakes up every day and says, how can I win some more basketball games today? I am just saying this right now. This team, this franchise, fuck just the team, this franchise, until somebody cares more about winning than anything else, we are going to just turn around and go through the same fucking cycle every 2 or 3 years. We're going to change some things. We're going to look good for a stretch where hope's going to build back up. And then AK is going to look at it again and say, hey, we're right there again. And shit's going to go fucking downhill yet again. So say what you will. Hope for what you will. I'm not trying to shit on anybody and their thought process and what they think is going to fix this team, but I have gotten to the point now where I don't think there is any quick fix for this team. There isn't. There's not a single quick fix for this team because you don't have somebody that cares more about winning than what they care about anything else. That's it. So, hey, it is what it is. This is where we're going to be. And that's just what this team is going to be at this point, bro. I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to the barber tomorrow. Don't talk about my hair. I'm tired of this shit, bro. I'm tired. I'm sick. And I am fed the fuck up. Because once again, this team has failed us. Once a fucking again. As it always happens. Every single time. So at least we get to have fun together. I'm not leaving y'all. We're going to keep posting episodes every single day. But at this point, I think we need to start getting ready to the fact that, and maybe this works, right? Like the last time I felt like this we ended up getting Derrick Rose, right? The last time that there were expectations coming into the season and we ended up falling so far short of those expectations, we got lucky. We got rewarded with Derrick Rose. Maybe something's happening. Maybe. And that's all I can say, man. That is my time for today, y'all. I know that I didn't read as many comments as possible. I know this was a very ranty post-game show, but the Chicago Bulls suck. And we are going to keep having to deal with it, I guess. I appreciate you guys for continue to hold me down. They continue to rock with us. The channel's still been growing like crazy, even despite all of this. So I appreciate all the love and support that you guys continually give me. But y'all know one thing that we are going to do here at Chicago Bulls Central. We're going to keep it real. And right now, this team sucks ass. And, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Bulls Central Pod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, man. I got to go do Locked on Bulls. You guys can catch us over on Locked on Bulls as well. Love you guys. Peace, y'all. God damn it, man.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.